Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our new WWE NXT champions, Atlas Carter and Kyla Unko. To Atlas, while you and Cole seem to have ended your rivalry, many believe that you owe Cole an apology. Given that he supported you through various points of your career, whether in BCW, with your invasion of NXT, creating a belt for you, even putting his own career in WWE on the line to help you during your big return to WWE. Many people feel like you haven't been that grateful for his support, and even would go as far as to say you've mistreated and disregarded him as a competitor. What are your comments on this matter?
Here's the thing that you and those people should know. I am grateful for all of the things he and Baron did during my earlier WWE days, and I know it would be hard for me to repay them. Look, I hate to bring this up again, but they haven't treated me as well as many of you guys think, especially behind the curtains. All of that support they've been giving me was basically traded for slandering. They took advantage of my reputation and my life. And no, not accusing them for that. They know this, and they apologized. So, everything that I did between the Forbidden Worlds event to this year's Bad Blood was basically my payback. I quit the place, and quit on them as well. Now, with both sides, even, we're all on good terms. At least I think so. But I'm still sticking to my word, and I am still continuing to move on from them. And that continues with us being the new NXT champions.
Next question, for Kyla Unko. Some say that you and Cole Quinn were once an item. Uncole is what they called you. Since aligning with Atlas, how has your relationship with your TBD improved or become more uncomfortable?
How in the world am I going to answer that question? It's not that I don't want to answer it. There's just no good way to answer a question that circles around a topic that isn't true. I don't know what universe said me and Cole of all people were considered an item, but whoever spreaded that misinformation is fully delusional. I'm starting to think you made that question up just to insert that uncole pun. I'll tell you what though, that pun was uncool and so was the question entirely. Look, I'm sorry to ruin your question, but you gotta take that fairy tale nonsense somewhere else. Hopefully to a place that has reliable sources.
And I thought my question was too much.
Do you think that there is a chance for the Thunderous One to change for the better?
Can I answer this, Atlas?
Go for it.
Thank you. To be honest with you guys, it's inevitable. They may not see that now, but maybe they will come around. Now, of course, they need to learn their mistakes, and they need to understand what caused their previous WWE runs to end. They learn from there and they become better. That's all there is to it. So yeah, I'd like to say that's very much possible. Great question.
Alright, that will be all from our new NXT champions. Congratulations guys, and have a wonderful evening. Our next guest is the first ever men's crown jewel champion. Please welcome the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the Lockjack Raiden. In one of your previous press conference appearances, you said that you take inspiration from other combat sports. So the question is, from which combat sports do you take inspiration in particular?
Aside from wrestling, mixed martial arts and kickboxing, I try to take inspiration from combat sports that require the use of all of my limbs.
Ava Marino from Kayfabe Call Podcast. Would you and LJ be interested in joining me on my podcast sometime next week?
No, just kidding. That depends on our schedule. I'll ask her about it. Not that she would say yes to someone she no longer trusts. Plus, her aunt runs a podcast too. She can just invite you onto the show.
Yeah, but you are the one that made history tonight. I know she didn't.
Thanks for the question, Ava.
Robin Ray from Women Who Fight. Locke, congratulations on becoming the first ever Crown Jewel champion.
Thank you.
So after Crown Jewel just ended, just a few minutes ago, we saw Justine get knocked out by what appears to be TBD promoter Geneva Rose. Care to comment on the incident?
I am aware of the incident and I can confirm that Justine is not injured, but she does have a concussion. Me and Brianna are wishing her a speedy recovery from that. Now, with Geneva Rose, I have no idea what she and Gaige were thinking. I'm sure the story behind that will unfold in due time.
Alright, that will be all from our first ever crown jewel champion. Congratulations and have a good night. Please welcome our last guest, the first ever women's crown jewel champion, the WWE Women's Champion, and the WWE Divas Champion, Radina Heatherson.
Ha 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 ha, that's right. The first ever woman in WWE history to hold 3 titles all at once. Sure, this Crown Jewel Championship will stay in Saudi Arabia, but you know what? That's completely fine. Don't think I can hold these 3 heavy-ass titles anyways. And even better, I get to cross out that on our list. Let's get to the questions.
First question. How did you react and how you felt to Brianna Phoenix and Jack Raiden's return, and how you'd have felt about the idea of a Thunderous One reunion?
I mean, at the time, I'll admit, I was glad to see them having their jobs and their championships back, and I do love the Thunderous One reunion we had before it started falling apart. And I said I was glad because now, ever since these Crown Jewel Championship matches were made, now those 2 have been trying to shame us to the core. So right now, let's say I feel skeptical about those 2 and the Thunderous One entirely. Good question.
Skeptical? What do you mean skeptical? You don't trust us?
I didn't say I don't. Why are you even here?
I was dealing with Gaige and my aunt. Then I overhear you saying that you were skeptical about us. Why?
You know why. You were hesitating to shake my hand earlier, and don't even get me started with the amount of insults you and Jack have been giving me and Trey throughout every show prior to tonight.
WWE management wanted us to face each other, Radina. That means we put the friendship stuff to the side and we have our match. Now that the match is over, we can now be friends again. Do you not want us to be friends?
Of course we still want to be friends. You and Jack are just making it harder for us to respect you guys. Crown Jewel stuff aside, you guys have been more stubborn, selfish, and disrespectful than most of us.
You want to talk selfish? You didn't need this Divas Championship. You didn't need to hold this Crown Jewel Championship. And you know what? Good luck with SmackDown next week. Let's see if you can still hold on to that Women's Championship. After all, you did assign me as the special guest referee this past Tuesday. So if you really want to push my buttons and disrespect me as your friend, then good luck holding that Women's Championship next Friday.
You know what, Byron? I'm done here. Guys, I'm sorry. She killed the mood. First Brooklyn hits me like a 5-year-old and now this. Jeez.
Very well. That's all the time we have for our triple title champ. Radina, congrats on becoming the first ever Crown Jewel champion, and have a wonderful evening.